Here, show folks a document came of that. Al-Qaeda turns the tide for rebels in battle. Oh, and it's like their incredible discipline and stylishness is helping. Well, hey, you know, I mean, this, give your rights up. We got to stick our hands down your pants. Look at TSA. I mean, is that not pedophile training? Training the kids that they can be touched by people?
Right. And I've noticed how they've made things that were socially unacceptable before, like tattoos, now universally not only acceptable, but you have old ladies, you know, wanting to get tattoos. The next thing I'm wondering that they're going to somehow get us to accept is pedophilia. And if they could get us to accept some of the things that we've accepted in my lifetime, I have no doubt that people will go along. Oh, no, in the NDAA, it says the troops can have their own animals on base. I'm not joking. Guys, type in NDAA legalizes bestiality on base. And it, you know, pigs, you name it. It's a new thing, yeah. And again, we're weird because we don't find a pig attractive. Wow.
No, we're the bad people now.
Yeah, we're not moving along in the direction that they want us to.
I ask you this question all the time. Where does it lead? I mean, I know where in their own documents, scientifically, they say once the control grid's in place, they'll release more and more hardcore bioweapons that they always claim they're fighting. And then they'll just finally, they want to kill 99%. They tell their minions 80%, you know, 90%. But, you know, in their deeper textbooks, but I've had them write me and go, how dare you talk bad about Professor Pianka at UT? He only wants to kill 90%. Yeah. All humans should be killed. And you look up the doctor, just, you know, one of his graduate students years ago, and they're like in a bioweapon laboratory, smiling. They'll show you. Because it's like that raw power in these demon minions. They're just like, we will kill everyone. When Dr. Pianka, just one case, he got national attention, like one of the heads over at UT down the street, University of Texas. He was at the Texas Academy of Sciences, got an award, he gets them all over the world, and he projected red skulls on the wall. This is in the news. And he said, you know, soon 90% will die, you know. I'm not happy my family has to die, but it's for the earth. Soon the airborne will come, oh, come, you know. And it was a standing ovation with tears with the scientist. And it's just like this, we're gonna murder, oh. I mean, it's just like, oh, death. It's like this power thing that's go, oh, death, oh. I mean, they just, and like a normal person just wants life. It's like, oh, I don't like that too much. I mean, what is that?
Yeah, and I've witnessed some of these people referring to the rest of us as useless eaters, not even realizing that really, what are they contributing? They're parasites. And
they don't even care. Pianka says, I will be killed by them. But, you know, it needs to happen. So he at least understands that. But, I mean, what is a standing ovation about killing Earth and killing the, killing the humans? And everyone's just like, I mean, it was reported in the news, 3-minute standing ovation, either with tears, just like, oh, kill us. Oh. I mean, what is that?
It's insanity. It's a demonic, satanic agenda where the human race is hated. And you see that in the...
Yeah, so they're basically being influenced by...
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
what do you think about what David Icke says?
Well, I don't go there. I'll let him do his thing, and I prefer to stay with things that are 3D, that are provable and factual.
But we are on a planet hurtling through space. The sky's the limit. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? You know, he believes in what he's putting out. I think he's sincere. I haven't seen the proof of what he's saying, so I have backed off from...
Well, I mean, exactly. They admit there's a brainwashing camp within Camp X-Ray. They just admit it, where they torture people, and then those guys go out into the news, suicide bombers. Yeah. It's like, oh, the graduates from there.
Right.
And they admitted in stuff that I can't even say the stuff they do on air. They dress up like devils. They put the guys on hallucinogens. They have prostitutes come in and rape the men while putting blood all over them. I mean, this was in the news. Abu Ghraib, they admitted that they ordered the troops and they hired jail guards that have been, kicked out in the U.S. to rape the children, but with battery acid. And whenever I say this, people go look it up. Just type in Abu Ghraib Army report and you get it. And it's in there, raping kids, battery acid, I can't even mention. Yeah. I mean, it's like, what? You're like, really? But then Jack Bauer sometimes tortures a kid to get the dad to talk, but it saves the L.A. from the nuke. So see, on 24, it's saving people. So I mean, like they're literally, and for the average person that watches these shows, they're like rooting for the good guys who are now the bad guys.
Exactly.
They're like, but it's only Al-Qaeda's kids we torture. But Al-Qaeda was never even there. Al-Qaeda works for you.
Right.
I mean, it's all just like a puppet they bring out and they go, here's the Al-Qaeda man. And we go, ooh, Al-Qaeda. Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, you're right on track. Sometimes I've said buzzwords and watch people robotically start spouting off a bunch of words. You know, they've been preconditioned to, you know, neuro-linguistic programming. They've been conditioned that this word means this. You know, they're not even thinking. You know, Osama bin Laden, then they think this. Al-Qaeda, they think this. You know, it's just, you can see it. You can see that they're just regurgitating.
And even if you don't call it mind control, but, you know, calling humans social animals as the globalists do, I hear these talk show hosts that I know personally locally who know full well what's going on, but they'll sit there and just play kind of whatever the establishment's saying. They'll just repeat it, and that's what a winner does. A winner just repeats. And so you just become, but no, they're not winners.
Right, exactly. Well, and I've had some people tell me that they are aware of the Illuminati and this world agenda and so forth, but they want to be on the winning side, and they think that the other side's going to be the winning side.
But that's not winning.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Fritz Springmeier, this has been a truly intriguing visit. Did you enjoy seeing your father?
Yes, very much so.
How was he doing?
Well, you know, I like to tell people don't get old. He's going through some of the normal stages of getting old. He's not as mobile as he used to be, but overall, he's still in fairly good shape.
And weren't you telling me your dad was instrumental in part of your awakening, right? I forget the whole story.
No, but other relatives of mine were. His parents were, but my father wasn't.
What did your dad do? Some story you told me. I forget.
My father wanted to help the world by going to third world countries and developing their agriculture, help the world become self-sufficient. So he had his own way of saving the world, his own goals. He's always believed that you should leave the world a better place than what you found it.
That's civilization. That's humanity.
Yeah.
Who was the other family that helped wake you up?
Well, my grandparents were local leaders in the ag movement. And in fact, my grandmother was on television in Topeka advocating for the farmers. And the farmers during the Carter administration were trying to understand what is going on? Who's setting the prices for us? And why can't we make a living? And why is everything going against us? And then they started tracking down who are the decision makers, the string pullers. And that's when they discovered the Council of Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, and so forth. And so they were the banksters. So they helped me understand that level. But those are fronts for something even more sinister. So then I've just taken what they helped me learn and taken it to a higher level.
We can debate 20 families, 16, 13. How many super ruler families are there?
Well, they chose the number 13, but within those 13 bloodlines or tribes, there are 5 powerful families that are an inner circle again, you know, and so...
and then the other families, they've got branches into other families.
Yes, so, right, so...
Where would the Bushes be? They're like a minion family, right? Sometimes they have generational minionships.
Yeah, they would not be in well, they do have some blood from royalty, so I'm not sure exactly which bloodline they would classify themselves under. They might be classified with that holy bloodline, the royal bloodline that all the aristocrats in Europe have, and if that's the case, if they're identified in the Illuminati with that, they would be actually within that inner circle of...
Let's close on this. I haven't reread Bloodlines of Illuminati in a few years, but I mean, I know I can flip it open here, actually, in the bibliography, where you talk about they're really a Transylvanian bloodline. They're not even a German bloodline. The Saxe-Coburg-Gotha is known as the House of Windsor. That's their brand name. How did you discover they were really Transylvanians and that they, you know, were hanging out there? Because now that's mainstream news.
I just was doing genealogy work because the people that I worked with in the Illuminati were talking about how the British royal family was Illuminati and how important it had been when the Illuminati members when Princess Di had her wedding with Charles, and so I was trying to understand these people better, you know, trying to track down just who are these people. And then, of course, you have a genealogy work in there where I show how 25 American presidents are closely related. I think that's significant. And some charts.
Well, it's like how Obama, it turns out, was related to Cheney and then Bush, and then they're all related to Kerry.
Yeah, exactly. We're yeah.
Trying to find it here. Dracula. Where is that? Would it be under Dracula?
There should be something indexed Dracula, yeah. And then, and some people don't believe that Dracula existed. They get upset when they open this book.
But Vlad the Impaler, that's on record.
Right. He was a historical figure, but some people who don't know history think that it was just a fiction of Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. I hope people get the book at InfoWarsShop.com. Support us, support you. Are you glad we got it back in print in a big way?
Yes. And I think a lot of your listeners are too.
Absolutely. Well, we should look at getting these in print in a cover like this. We need to get those out there because I read those as well, and it's certainly food for thought for everybody. Fritz Springmeier, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Well, that is a over-hour interview with Fritz Springmeier. We're going to go to break and come back with another guest, George Grayson, if he hasn't canceled on us, because we went a little bit over an hour. Plus, I got this interview started here tonight a little bit late. So let me say bye to Fritz during the break, and then we'll get our next guest on. We'll be right back. I'm Alex Jones with InfoWars.com, and Lord willing, we shall return. Bloodlines Illuminati with Fritz Springmeier, InfoWarsShop.com. Stay with us. Alex Jones here with a very important announcement for truth seekers. We've carried a lot of amazing films and books over the years on the online video bookstore at InfoWars.com. And out of all the titles we've carried, one stands out because it is just so chillingly convincing. And that's Dreams from My Real Father by Joel Gilbert, available at InfoWars.com. This film exposes the fraud that Obama is like nothing I've seen. If you want to know who Obama's real daddy is, this is the film for you. Don't forget, your purchase supports our broadcast and our growing media network. You'll also find at InfoWarsShop.com None Dare Call a Conspiracy by Gary Allen, the book that woke me up. We're also carrying Behind the Green Mask, You in Agenda 21 by Rosa Corey. This book is coffin nails to the globalist takeover. The Greater Good, the most professional and up-to-date film I've ever seen exposing the scourge that is vaccines. These titles and a lot more are all available at InfoWarsShop.com.